on. I think we're back on. So let's see if anybody pops on. You all see me on Facebook or YouTube? You should see me. We'll see. We'll see if some numbers creep up. I know that's just been a long drought. And if people don't come back, that's fine. What time do I have? I got 10:34. So I got to do this in like 25 minutes. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go where the love is. And I'm just in a season of my life where I'm not chasing anybody that ain't chasing me back. That's in personal relationships, that's in the tour. I'm not going places where there's no appreciation. And I think that's the way we should all live our life, if I'm being honest with you. So yeah, that's the intent. The intent is to be in Houston, what's this, March, in Phoenix, in Houston in April, in DC in May, in New York in June. What was July? I can't remember what July is. I can't remember. So it'll work out. All right. It will. And I'll have that information as it comes. All right. Let's get back into this because people are slowly starting to come back in. And I don't know what happened, y'all. I think somebody probably reported me. Y'all be big mad when I be talking about y'all being fake, don't you? Oh my God. Y'all gotta stop that. Stop getting mad because I call you fake. I think Chicago is July. I believe it is. Chicago's June or July. I'm not sure. Y'all gotta stop being mad. Y'all gotta stop doing that. Okay. I think somebody reported me because my internet was fine. I've been talking, kudos to the people on TikTok, just been hanging out with me. We've just been talking about different stuff. And and, and I appreciate it. Yeah, I do. I believe he'll provide as well. So I don't know what happened there. I really don't. All right. So I think I'm back. I got like 25 minutes. And this is what I feel like I need to do because I can't get all of this out in 25 minutes. All right. I can't. Um, Let me give you the third element of honor, and then I'm going to pause there and I'll get to the diagram and I'll do part two next Thursday. Can we do that? Is that fair? Because I don't want to shortchange this. So what I'll end up doing is I will keep, and I see April's already giving me the time thing. So I know what that means. Doc, be mindful, and I will. But let's do that. Let's do it that way, okay? I'll do part two of this next week. Let me just give you the third element of honesty. Because when the technology started going crazy, we were talking about how you can have relationships and connections with people on any level, business, friendship, romantic, whatever, platonic, that when honor is in place, then check-ins aren't necessarily required, scanning phones and all of this other crazy stuff, which again, if you've been in a cheating situation, what am I to say? You might have to do that for a period, I guess, to rebuild your trust. I don't know, but I think if it's just that bad, you need a break completely. Just sever the ties. All right. But I want to talk about the third element of honesty, of honor that's required, right? I gave you the definition of honor. Let me give you that again. Let me give you that definition of honor again. And then we talked about honor requiring three things: intentionality, honesty, and I'm going to give you the third thing. All right. The definition of honor that I gave you is the intentional recognition and reverence of the value or worth of anything or anyone. Honor is the intentional recognition and reverence of the value or worth of anything or anyone. I promise you, I'm gonna cut this short. We're gonna wrap this up in 10 minutes. I will do part two next week. It's just the right thing to do. Okay. I don't want to rush through the content. I ain't going nowhere. I'll be here next Thursday. All right. So honor then requires three things: intentionality, honesty. Here's the third thing. Record this, put it in the chat, put it in the journal quickly. A focus on the present. Honor requires a focus on the present. Now, don't y'all report me again that don't like what I'm about to say. Honor requires a focus on the present. Y'all be big mad at me. I don't do nothing to nobody. I just tell the truth and I smile. Like, what's it requires a focus on the present. What does that mean? It means honor is not a lifetime achievement award. Honor is not a lifetime achievement award. Honor is something that should be constantly updated and consistently evaluated. Some of y'all be giving lifetime honor to people who ain't earned lifetime honor. Oh my God. You know where I see this the most? I see this the most, especially in family relationships. I don't get it. We expect our clothes. We expect to outgrow our clothes. We expect to outgrow jobs and careers and financial brackets. But what we don't expect and embrace is the idea that people have to grow and evolve. That you don't get the right to be the same way for the entirety of your life, especially when you're dysfunctional. Oh my God. You know what we do when it comes to honor? We give people lifetime achievement awards. We literally say, hey, because you this, because you this, because you have that title, because you have that title, I'm going to give you honor for the rest of your life. And it's wild to me. You know why? Because honor should be constantly updated and consistently evaluated. Don't you get job evaluations? Most of you that aren't entrepreneurs, you get job evaluations, don't you? At least once a year. Some of you twice a year. Some of you get quarterly ones. Do you not? So if you get regular job evaluations, why don't we regularly evaluate our connections? Oh my God. No. You get connected with people and you give them a lifetime pass. Instead of evaluating your connections to make sure that your connections are putting in the same amount of honor and effort and mindfulness and purpose as you are. Now, I want to say this. Say this quickly. I'm going to let you go. Evaluations only work when the person evaluating you is healthy. Some of you, your connections are being evaluated by people who aren't healthy. And I don't know about you, but if you've ever had to work for a supervisor that was incompetent, if that supervisor was giving you an evaluation and they didn't know what they were doing, how valuable was the evaluation? This for all of you that allow broken people you connected to say the things that they say to you, and it completely ruins you mentally and emotionally. Wait a minute. Sometimes you got to pay less attention to what's said. You got to pay more attention to the source that's saying it. No, y'all just, well, when I met them, Doc, when I met a Doc, they were this, I know they this, they have the potential to this, that. Meanwhile, you get an evaluation on your job every couple of months. Every couple of months, at the most a year, you get an evaluation. And don't understand why you need to be constantly evaluating the connections in your life. It's wild to me. But if you've ever been evaluated by an incompetent supervisor, you understand that while evaluations are important, make sure that the people that are evaluating you are healed enough to evaluate you. How you can't control your emotions and you're going to tell me I have no emotional control? How are you not going to know what healing looks like, but then going to evaluate my mental awareness? And we struggle with this. We allow what broken people say, to us to really bother us. And I had to tell a client a couple of weeks ago, hey, why don't you stop paying less attention to what she's saying? And why don't you pay more attention to who it is that's saying it? It's true. One of my mentors really challenged me, and I really took everything that I had today because I almost just jumped in the comment section. I went on there to do something. I think we're trying to boost a post, working on the tour, and I just checked on the video to see how I was doing. It was between right before I cooked dinner for my kids, and then had to go to practice and all this stuff. And I went on just see how the post was doing, and somebody, as always, it was on Facebook, I believe, had something just crazy and smart to say, and I really wanted to respond because it I in my former life, I'm pretty curt with my mouth. Pretty curt. I'm I talk for a living. But one of my mentors really challenged me on something, and I really had to honor that today. And that is, y'all, when you get evaluated by people who ain't built nothing, who ain't constructed nothing, who ain't healed enough to even talk to you, why do you even listen? Doc, don't you think that's arrogant? No. Here's the truth. People need to earn the right to be listened to, especially when it comes to the connections in your life. You better start making people earn the right to be heard. Some of y'all be passing out microphones like Tic Tacs. You literally pass out microphones like Tic Tacs. And everybody that's talking don't deserve no microphone. Daddy. So the truth is, I don't listen to everybody. And the truth is, I don't respond to everybody. And one of my mentors really put this in great perspective. Said, Doc, look, man, why would you respond to people not in your mental, emotional, or spiritual zip code? I said, you're right. You're right. And for those of you that have dysfunctional connections with people where there's no honor, why do you give lifetime achievement awards? And why do you take so personal the feedback you receive from broken people? Feedback from broken people should never be taken personal. I need y'all to write that down. Feedback from broken people should never be taken personal. Oh my God. Well, Doc, because I know, because this generation, I'm waiting in 5.5 seconds for somebody to say, but Doc, what about if they're a narcissist? Doc, that works on everybody but narcissist. Doc, I hear you, but when they're a gaslighter and a manipulator with a trauma bond, it just doesn't work. I'm just waiting. It's coming. Feedback from broken people should never be taken personal. And in 2025, some of y'all need to pay less attention to what people saying and more attention to who's saying it. Some of y'all have been accused of things in connections with people that were just as far from the truth as they could be, but you took it personal because of your connection to them instead of evaluating the source. You got an evaluation from a manager who wasn't qualified to manage you. You're right, Demetra. Somebody put this in YouTube. I mean Facebook. Demetra did. But a narc is broken. Absolutely. I teach it. This is why narcs ain't special to me the way they are to y'all. Oh, a narc is so special. Yeah, doc, that really, I hear you, but woo, not from a narcissist. It's so annoying. It's so, y'all be putting narcissists on pedestals. that I just don't understand. I don't get it. Ain't nothing special about a narc. I hate the word term narc because even that makes them sound cool. Cut that out. Just say narcissist. I can't stand even narc just annoys me. They ain't cool. Evaluations only work when the person evaluating you qualifies to evaluate you. And if they don't qualify, they can't evaluate you, and you can never receive honor in that direction. Y'all stop giving out lifetime achievement awards to folks just because they got something to say. Just because they have a connection to you. No. And this is why, and I'm going to start here next week because my time's up, 10:50. I'm going to honor my time. I'm going to take the last 5-7 minutes to talk about the tour and talk about these different cities and all this other stuff. I'll pick up here next Thursday. But let me just say this last thing about this, and I'm going to pick up here if my iPad don't act right. No, I'm just playing. It's better. Let me just say this about what I just said. This is why y'all healthy connections matter. This is why choosing healthy people and healthy situations matter. And I know we're close to Valentine's Day, and some of y'all gonna make some emotional decisions in the next couple of weeks. Some of you already have. Some of you started your year off making emotional decisions, and look at you. In the same dumb cycles with the same dumb people. So I know Valentine's Day is coming, and it's worth mentioning right here. You got to learn how to choose healthy people and healthy situations. And the best way to do that is to stop choosing people and situations with your feelings and start choosing them with your mind. Saves you a whole lot less stress and headache on the back end. Because when you get an evaluation from an unhealthy person, will have you creating false conclusions about yourself. Did y'all hear what I said? I'm done. This is the last thing I'm telling you. An evaluation from an unhealthy person will have you creating false conclusions about yourself. You will literally be questioning the kind of person you are because of the evaluation you receive from a broken person. You want the truth? Some of y'all, your self-esteem is tore up right now because you received an evaluation from a broken person and you took it to heart. Daddy. You literally took it to heart. You received a narcissist called you a narcissist, and you took it to heart when you should have known better. Daddy. A manipulator called you a manipulator, and you took that personal. Say that slow. A manipulator called you manipulative. Daddy. That don't sound weird to y'all? It doesn't sound strange to be labeled something from someone that is the thing that they labeled you? This is why healthy people and healthy situations matter. Because when you're in healthy situations and healthy connections, that's from romantic to friendship. When they're healthy, there is mutual honor. You know that a healthy connection is going to tell you something. And when they tell you something, it's going to come from a healthy place. And you may not like it, but they will tell you something from a healthy place. And you know you can trust that feedback. But some of y'all getting feedback from people who ain't qualified to give you feedback. Daddy. You're getting feedback from people that ain't qualified to tell you nothing. And y'all will walk around and say stuff like, that's the love of my life. because you have passed out Lifetime Achievement Awards. You have passed out Lifetime Achievement Awards to people who have not earned it. Now, y'all can make excuses for yourself. There's a whole lot of counselors and therapists and coaches that'll let you do it. Go follow them. Bye. But a client and I were laughing yesterday. It was like, Doc, oh my God, Doc, I was in therapy for 6 years. I had this, she's got 3 sessions with me. And she had a first one, Doc, I was in therapy for 6 years. I had 1 session with you. And now I'm thinking I just overpaid. I don't even know if I need you anymore because it ain't supposed to take long. When you get feedback from a healthy person, it's life changing. It's life changing. It's life changing. And we can ensure that by building healthy connections with people, having healthy relationships, healthy partnerships, healthy friendships, healthy whatever. But stop passing out Lifetime Achievement Awards in the name of stuff like history. Oh, this is another one too. We got a baby together. See, I'm supposed to be letting y'all go because it's 10:56, but let me just say this real quick. Just because you got a baby with somebody does not mean that was a non-dysfunctional situation. Let's be clear. And some of you even give the parents of your children a pass just because they're your children's parents. Broken is broken. Dysfunctional is dysfunctional. What does healthy look like? Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, financial healing. It doesn't mean you can't give your partner or former partner, children's mother or father respect. Doesn't mean that. But some of y'all are so afraid to call a thing because of a certain bond you had with a person. Stop. Broken is broken. Dysfunctional is dysfunctional. Y'all stop it. So that's what I want for y'all this year. I want y'all to have healthy connections so there can be real honor between you and the people that you're connected to. So that then you have this thing, this integrity of self-awareness that's present. Thank you. BVSJSH, you're my favor as well. I appreciate you. I want you to have healthy connections so that you can have healthy honor, a healthy honor exchange between you both. Next week, I'm going to give you some basic elements of honor. Let me give you 3 basic elements of honor. We're going to pull out the white sheet. I'm going to give you a diagram. We're going to do all of that. We'll do that next Thursday since the live screwed up. But I want you to have healthy connections with folks so that you can have healthy exchanges of honor with everybody that's in your circle. So it looks like things like mutual respect, preview of next week, reciprocity, mutual support. You always supporting them. They never support you. Guiding. You always showing up for them. They never show up for you. And then you have the audacity to call them your BFF. They not. Bruh, sis, I ain't even quite sure they even like you. I just call a thing a thing. And one of the things that I've learned in this space, especially with things moving with me the way they are, one of the things that I've learned in this space is that you can find out real fast even how your friends, family honor you when you start winning. oh, 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 you learn a lot. When honor looks like mutual respect. Honor looks like clapping for people just because, not clapping for them because you want them to clap for you. Oh my God. That's what it looks like. All right, y'all. I'm out of time. Sorry about what happened. We will pick up with part 2 next Thursday. For whomever was reporting my stuff, I'm gonna really give you a reason to report it next week because my mouth gonna be extra filthy next week. Not really filthy, just truthful, but y'all don't like that. We'll pick up with part 2 next Thursday. Listen, I need you to support the tour. Atlanta, if you have not gotten a ticket, I need you to do that ASAP. I'll be in Atlanta, February. I will be in Phoenix in March. So those of you in Sedona, Glendale, Scottsdale, Phoenix, yeah, it's a couple of other cities I'm still learning, and surrounding areas, jump on Phoenix. I have my first title sponsor there. I'm super stoked. Stadium, Sports Bar and Lounge, first title sponsor. Nice facility, and just really elated to be there. Check out the tickets in Phoenix if you haven't already. So I can just give you a preview. Atlanta's February the 8th. That's like 3 weeks from now. Phoenix is in April. No, Phoenix is in March. February, March. April, tentatively, is going to be Houston. And May is tentatively DC. And I will tell you, the cities that I have the most volunteers signed up for are Atlanta, in this order: Atlanta, DC, and Houston. May will tentatively be DC. May. June will tentatively be, I think it's New York. I think July is tentatively Chicago. August is tentatively Charlotte. I had a nice little dialogue with TikTok. I was just honest. People on TikTok was like, wait, Doc, you from North Carolina. Why ain't you coming to North Carolina sooner? Because North Carolina doesn't show me love like that. A prophet is without honor in his own country. Just being honest. I don't sugarcoat. So I'll get to North Carolina when I can. It ain't no love loss. I just call a thing a thing. Remember what I said. Honor has to be mutual. Oh my God. That's tentatively August. September, I think, was Dallas, I think. I'm not sure. One of these months it's 2 cities. I think, I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. I think one of these months was 2 cities, and I think Dallas was included with that month. So it may not be that far back. So just know I'm coming Dallas. I'm coming Miami. I'm coming LA. That's the thing about LA. Let me say this to all of my supporters in LA. Number one, praying for you guys. But the thing about LA, I delayed LA. LA was supposed to be April. And I moved LA because of the fires, and I wanted to be mindful of that. I wanted to be very mindful of that. And I'm actually trying to figure out something where I can do something really special in LA. And I don't want to say it out loud yet, but I want to do something really special for LA and do it in enough notice so that if you're in any part of California, you got time to catch a ticket or to make the drive to get there. All right. So I'm working on LA, and I'm monitoring what's going on there, trying to find the right timing to be there. But I know I got a lot of love in LA, and I can't wait to come. And in California in general, right? So some of you are saying San Francisco. A lot of love in San Francisco, a lot of love in Oakland. I get a lot of love there. I get a lot of love in Napa. I've never even been to Napa Valley yet. That's on my list. I want to just go and hang out. So California is definitely coming. I'm coming. I'm just trying to do that. And yeah, we're going to I don't know if it's going to be a donation. It's going to be something special, I will say. And I just want to say to all of the other states, do not Do not be like, oh, you didn't do that for us, Doc. This is California. They're going through it. It could be another state tomorrow. Who knows? But I want to do something really special there. New Orleans, I'm coming to see you too. It was my plan to try to come to New Orleans sooner, especially after what happened in on New Year's Day, and I was actually there, minutes away from it. But I'm coming to you, New Orleans, as well, and I'm looking forward to that, and that's going to be a big thing too. Did I leave anybody out? Chicago, New Orleans. I don't have my paper. I got stuff all over the place. All right, so I'm releasing the dates slowly and methodically because there is really a method behind this. I know many of you want the dates, you want them a year in advance. Well, a lot can change. And again, I'm on the Chitlin circuit. I don't have a sponsor, a manager that's doing all of this, that's got venues and venues begging for me to come. I'm asking people, can I come? All right. So I'm building this organically. I had 87 people sign up to volunteer. Wow. 87 people signed up to volunteer. And that's just like, that's overwhelming. It's probably not a big deal for some of you big time people, but that's overwhelming for me because people don't have to be nice to you. So 87 people to sign up to volunteer. And that's just a beautiful thing. So I'm building it organically. I said this when the thing went out. I was talking to TikTok. Most of my locations won't be bigger than 100 to 150 people per city. If those cities sell out, I very well may be coming back to those cities and come back again. But if I get 20 people in a location, I'm going to walk out there and I'm going to teach the 20 people in a big room like it's 2000 because I've done that before. All right. I don't really care about all of that right now. I just want to be effective at what I do. So if I'm coming to your city or anywhere near it, I would love to have your support. I promise you. Okay. I would love to have your support. And that's going to be that. Okay. All right, y'all. I appreciate that, JW. Thank you so much. All right. Love y'all. Have a good night. My email address is info@zepthethird.com. You can go to my profile pages on all of my sites to see the links where you can go and get your tickets. Go ahead and get them if you're in Atlanta or the vicinity. If you're in Georgia, if you're in South Carolina, get the ticket. South Carolina is not on my list, but I will be in Atlanta. Eventually, I will be in Charlotte at some point. So get a ticket. I would love to see you there February the 8th in a couple of weeks. All right. Y'all have a good night. I promise you, part 2 next week. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Somebody reported me, apparently, reported the live. What can I say? My mouth going to be worse next week. It's going to be worse. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate you. Love you. Praying for you. Talk to you soon. Peace and blessings.